like, share, subscribe. HCB2 World.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. So listen, man, there's been a shit ton of fairy tale hate for let's call it the past 2 weeks, alright? For the past 2 weeks, I've been seeing nothing but fairy tale hate, and it's gotten to the point, man, where it's really bothering me. I feel like if we're fans, we need to be fans all the way. We just can't be sometimes fans, you know? Sometimes we support fairy tale and sometimes we don't, because that doesn't make any sense. Now, I'm a lot like you guys, alright? Yeah, I have my own channel, but at the same time, I don't know everything. My channel isn't all that. Sometimes I venture out, I check out bigger YouTubers, I check out smaller YouTubers. I try to get out and support the community. But I hate when I do that, man, and I get out there and I just see a bunch of stuff that's just bogus, man. It's so freaking bogus. How can we diss fairy tale like that? And fairy tale is actually a good manga. It's a good manga and good anime. But you got people out here dissing fairy tale like it is the worst they've ever seen. Now, to some degree, I kind of understood 519 because I personally liked 519. But there was one part in there, or a couple of parts, where I called, BS on it. Like the part with Urza smashing the meteor and then immediately turning around and smashing Eileen. That was crazy to me. I can understand that. But now, man, it's getting to the point where every time something happens, people call him BS, or they saying, oh, man, I'm done with fairy tale, or F fairy tale, I can't do it anymore. You can't do what, man? Fairy tale is fairy tale. Hiro Mashima writes it the way he writes it, alright? It doesn't matter if we agree with what he writes. It's his work of art. If you're going to support it, support it all the way. Don't just support it when it's convenient for you and then turn your back on it when it's not. I mean, because that's crazy, man. And then on top of that, as fairy tale fans, we shouldn't be out here dissing fairy tale just for the sake of dissing it. What I'm talking about is I'm seeing 200,000 rant videos. Now granted, that might be an exaggeration of the number, but people are just ranting fairy tale for no reason. And what sucks even worse is a lot of the people that's doing these rants, I know for a fact that they love fairy tale because I've watched their videos when they've talked about their love for fairy tale. Now all of a sudden they're doing these bogus rants and they're saying, oh, fairy tale is the worst and I can't stand by this. That is grade A bullshit. Now, to put shit in perspective, this week, I've seen so many videos of people upset at the fact that the demon seed was destroyed and that Natsu might not be E.n.d. anymore. That's crazy to me. You gotta think about this, alright? The whole point of Zeref bringing Natsu back was because he was dead and he wanted to bring his brother back to life. The only way for him to do that was to bring him back as a demon, alright? So now Zeref got his brother back, but Zeref is suffering because he can't die and he can't live with his brother because he kills anything he's around. So he says, okay, I'll do this. I'll give my brother to the dragon Ignil and let Ignil raise him so Natsu's not by himself. Now, a plus of that would be that maybe Natsu will get strong enough to the point where he can kill Zeref, because Zeref wants to die, and what better way to die than by the hands of somebody you love, He can live with himself if he does that. He can live with himself, so to speak. So wouldn't it be a bonus that if somehow Natsu grew up and he also got the dragon seed in him, and the dragon seed and demon seed cancel each other out, and boom, Natsu's a human? Wouldn't that be the ultimate best option for Zeref? Because technically he wants his brother to live. He had to bring him back as a demon because that was the only option. So wouldn't it make sense that it would make him happy if his brother became a human? I mean, that's beautiful writing to me. That makes so much sense. It makes sense. So why the hell are people so butthurt that he might not be E.n.d.? It would make sense that ultimately Natsu could end up a human, and that would actually be the best outcome. So why are people so upset about that? And then you got people doing videos and you can tell they haven't even read the shit. They might not have even read a chapter of fairy tale, but they got on the computer, they went to YouTube, they went to a big reviewer's page and they heard him say a few lines or whatever, and he was like, oh, I can make a video about that. So man, Jesus Christ, man, I'm watching the rant and dude is talking about how upset he is about Natsu not being E.n.d. anymore. And then out of left field, dude, out of completely nowhere, this dude is like, to be honest with you, I don't think Natsu was E.n.d. anyway. I think the real E.n.d. was Makarov. What the hell are you talking about? Dude, first of all, if you're not a real fairy tale fan, don't make a fairy tale video. Clearly Makarov could never be E.n.d. E.n.d. stands for Etherius Natsu Dragneel. It's already been revealed that Natsu is E.n.d. So why the hell would you say Makarov is E.n.d. all of a sudden? That's crazy, man. Stop making these damn videos for the sake of making them, alright? I understand we put stuff out there because we want to get views, but if you're going to put something out that you genuinely that's genuine, you know? Put something out that's really you and really the way you feel. Don't put a video out there for the sake of putting a video out. And no, it's sad when you know people love fairy tale and they're dissing it because they think they might get views. Like, that is sick, man. That is sick. Hiro Mashima is the author. He writes it the way he wants to, and it's his work, man. We either support it all the way or we don't. Now, we're out here dissing this man's writing, and how would you feel if he came to your YouTube page and he was like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm going to write a diss video about it. You should do this, 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 and this. Oh, you thought this happened in chapter? That's bullshit. Like, we would be butthurt about it. And what's sad is the man can't win for losing, because if he writes, let's say he writes fairy tale exactly the way you want it, all right? Let's say he writes fairy tale and he's like, hey, what do you want to see in fairy tale? Cool, I got you. I'll do that. So he puts everything you want to see in fairy tale. He's still going to get hate. Like, it's crazy, because then you got people saying, oh, well, fairy tale is still bullshit. It's bullshit. It's nothing but fan service. Like, it doesn't matter what he does, all right? Doesn't matter how he writes it, because any kind of way he writes it, people are going to find fault with it. They're going to find something wrong, and they're going to point it out, and they're going to blast it, and they're going to make a bunch of videos and hope to get views, all right? I understand we have different opinions, all right? Like, the way I see something might not be the same way you see something. So I understand that we're not going to agree on stuff, but man, we can't just be out here bashing every little thing, all right? We can't do it, because then if we're doing that, we're not really fans. When you're fans, you take the good with the bad, all right? When you love something, you take the good with the bad. Whether it's manga, whether it's video games, whether it's your girlfriend, all right? Are you going to do a diss video about your girl because she doesn't do something the way you want, or about your dude because he doesn't do something the way you want? No. So, like, why are we dissing this every week? Now, there's a difference if we're putting out these videos and we're saying, hey, man, fairy tale came out. I really didn't like this, but hey, I'm not the writer, you know. Hopefully next week he does something that I do enjoy. But instead, people are like, man, this is bullshit, man. F fairy tale. You know, I'm so done with fairy tale, I can't do it anymore. Now, if you know what fairy tale is like, and you know that there's always going to be a happy ending, and you don't like that, then why are you still reading it, all right? If I don't like something, I'm just going to stop and be done with it. I'm not going to write a whole paragraph or do a whole video dissing it. Like, it's crazy, man. If we're going to support something, let's support it, all right? But let's not just go out here and bash it for the sake of getting views. Because a lot of times, half these diss videos are people who love fairy tale. They love it. But they're going to diss it because they know people will watch it. Because people love controversy, all right? People love drama. People love stuff like that. People love negativity. So, of course, if fairy tale is done in a way that they don't like, they're going to take an opportunity to diss it. But if you love fairy tale and you genuinely love fairy tale, don't waste your time on a diss video of it, all right? You can do a video saying your opinion and why you don't agree with something, but to just flat out diss it and denounce it, like, that's crazy. Because it sucks. It sucks so bad, because a lot of us, we have followers. So if your fans know that you don't like it, they might give up on it too. And wouldn't that suck if you have fans giving up on stuff, even though you know deep down in your heart you love the thing that you're telling these people to give up on? So, like, let's not do that, all right? But listen, what the hell do I know? I'm just a guy. I make videos. I read fairy tale. I read shit. I give my opinion. This is my opinion. Obviously, it's not going to be a popular one, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, I'm putting out a video that's genuine. It's actually how I feel. And I'm supporting things I love. You know, if someone disses my family or diss things or people I love, I'm going to step up for it. And I'm stepping up for fairy tale. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap this damn thing up. So, if you liked the video, go ahead and smash the like button, because I would definitely appreciate it. If you didn't like the video, I'm sorry. I understand, you know, my opinion might not be popular, but it is what it is. Hit the thumbs down button if you got to. Do what you got to do, alright? If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, because obviously I love talking fairy tale. I love talking anime and manga in general. And if you ever checked out my videos, you can tell that I definitely converse with the people who leave comments. So go ahead and subscribe, become a friend, and we can talk this stuff if you want, alright? As always, guys, I'm your boy Heroes. Come back. 2. Thanks for stopping in.